Hi, it's Thad with Willowway Nurseries in Avon, Ohio. Here to talk a little bit about one of the new plants we just put on. It's Calocarpa Bubble Up. One of the things that's really neat about this is the new foliage. It's got kind of this deeper reddish color, burgundy, and then it kind of comes down to more of a green as it gets down in. This plant is really nice because it does flower, you can see here, and then it gets a berry that's a nice waxy color. The other thing that's nice is it's shearable. We do trim these a little bit, but it's also deer proof from proven winter. So this is a plant that if you have deer problems, this is a plant that would help solve that issue. So there's a lot of nice things to like about it. I think it's going to be a great one, new introduction. I wanted to come and highlight some of our quercifolia, the Hydrangea quercifolia. This one's Jetstream. We do Ruby Slippers, Alice. Some of the differences, Alice is kind of the older big one, so it gets taller. Jetstream is more of the middle, and then Ruby Slippers is the smaller of the ones those three. We also do Toy Soldier and some other ones. But I want to talk about how this plant is really a great plant for a yard. Some of the things that make it really great is it does flower later in the year, and it gets big upright flowers that are white, and the Ruby Slippers gets a little bit of red in it. Really nice foliage. This is a plant that can take shade really well, but it does, so we do grow it in the high tunnel with like white paint or a shade cloth over these. But you can see how nice a crop we have. I just really wanted to share how good this looks. The grower's doing a great job with it. And it's a plant that's sometimes hard to find in our industry. And we have several houses, a really nice one. I think we've unlocked the keys to growing these, and it's a plant that if you haven't seen it before, you should go look at it. A lot of conservation parks and things like that will have some of these in some of their areas, arboretums, and you can get a full sense of what one looks like. But it really gets to be a nice plant, and you can see with the strong foliage that it does a really nice job of keeping the area looking great. All right, another plant. This one, this is Pink Moody Blues Veronica. Really nice plant. It's in the Plants at Work program. One of the things I like about the Veronica, if you have never had one in your yard, is it just continually blooms. So once it starts in spring, it's still blooming all the way up. And what happens is the blooms start at the bottom and work their way up the flower stalk, and the flower stalk keeps elongating. I have one in my yard that some of the flower stalks are probably getting close to about 16 inches long right now. Still have flowers. I always have insects, bees, hummingbirds around that plant. They seem to really come to it. Really great bloomer. You can see prolific blooms. There's just tons of blooms on this, so lots of color. It comes in, there's blue, there's other colors available. So take a look at Veronica, Moody Blues Pink, if you have never grown a Veronica. Hi, this is another clematis that we have, Paniculata. This is a fall blooming, real aggressive grower, so really stands up if you have a trellis that's big and you need to fill it. This is a great plant for it. And you can see just starting to come into flower buds here. We've got a few open flowers, so this is a great, like, you want to get now till frost, something really blooming, this is the one. Great grower. We got a nice bamboo trellis. What you can say about it is it's just going to have a lot of white flower all the way through until frost. So this is a plant that loves to have something to climb on. If you got a chain link fence you want to cover over, this is a great one for that. Really almost bulletproof. There's not a lot of things go wrong with it. So once you get the roots established, it just really is an easy grower. So it's a plant that you don't really have to work a lot to get it to do well. It'll self-trellis itself and everything. So great plant, Clematis paniculata. Here's another great plant for fall. It's Eupictorium, a Rosy Josie. It's great pink flower. Attracts a lot of insects this time of year, pollinators. It's got kind of a frilly flower once it opens up, which gives it kind of a neat look. It's almost like it kind of wispy. Great plant for pollinators. Another great plant for the size. This is a medium to smaller one. So you're looking at like that 3-foot size on something like this. So great foliage, loaded with flowers. So we're going to show a lot more of these fall kind of plants that really show off. And it does kind of you get the red stems in it, which just kind of gives a little contrast as well. So that's kind of nice. Here's another great fall performer, is Japanese anemone. This one's curtain call pink. Some of the great things about these is they just are another prolific bloomer this time of year. and keep blooming. They have a great foliage too that's just kind of nice dark color. This is a partial sun to sun. So the one thing I would say about it is you don't want to put this in a wet area. This plant doesn't perform well if it stays wet all the time. So it needs to be a little bit on the drier to moister side than being wet. One of the things we do with it to keep it a little bit smaller and more showing the flowers a little better so it doesn't tip in a pot is we do PGR these down. So they do get a couple applications to keep them a little bit more short in their nodes. In your yard, they'll get a little bit bigger and larger, which is kind of nice because they do perform really well in a yard situation.